Welcome to Moments with Marianne. This is your host, Marianne Pastana. And we're here today with special guest, Amy Schoen, who's here to share with us her book, Get It Right This Time: How to Find and Keep Your Ideal Romantic Relationship. So are you single again and looking for love? Well, today's guest is going to share with us how to do just that. Since 2005, certified professional life coach Amy Schoen has helped singles and couples create lasting, loving relationships. She holds a professional certified coach certification from the ICF and is the creator of the Motivated to Marry Dating Secrets program. Through private and group coaching, Amy helps clients clarify their core relationship values to quickly identify and connect with their ideal partner. So welcome to the show, Amy Schoen.
Hi, thank you. It's nice to be here.
My goodness, what an honor it is to have you here and to talk about this book. So what inspired you to write this?
I myself was married in my first marriage when I was 25, right out of grad school, and divorced at 36. It wasn't what I had planned, never had children with my first husband, and, went on my own journey and did meet my now husband of 20 years when I was 41. So that was 7 years, pretty much 7 years after my divorce, and got remarried at 42. I have another book called Motivated to Marry. And I was, was on my journey to find a better partner and get to know myself better. And I wanted to help other people. And I hired a coach when I turned 40 to help me with the process. So it's funny that now I'm a coach, and that's what I do is I help people who are seriously searching find their true love partner that's going to last this time.
Well, it's interesting that especially now we're going through this epidemic of loneliness. And I know many of your clients are looking to meet a life partner or even get married. So what's the difference about dating in this age group when we talk about finding love after 40?
Well, I think people are kind of coming from different places and they're all over with their goals. So not everyone wants a serious relationship. Some people just coming out of marriages or bad breakups. I even work with some young widows and widowers. You're not your 25-year-old self. And so we may have gray hair or balding. We may be a little heavier. So, we kind of our self-image has shifted. And a lot of times, a lot of people come to me with the gremlin, who wants me? Why would somebody want me at this age? And I have to say my clients run from like 27 to 77. And I just love it when I see my like boomer clients. They meet people and they never thought they would. And so it's just really heartwarming. My job is to make people look at what they do have to offer to a relationship instead of the whatnots. And so you do have to work on your self-confidence and you have to focus on your positive qualities. And I do have some tools like my Thrive model in my coaching program that helps my clients focus on who they are and what they have to offer to the relationship instead of the whatnots.
Do you think are some of the common mistakes that you see your clients make?
Well, I know myself. I just put myself out there and I felt like I was just dating haphazardly, when I look back, and I was just like this little, like running around, not really understanding what it meant to look for somebody and who I was looking for. So I didn't have a plan. And I wasn't picking people who shared my goals. I didn't really know my values that well. And so I didn't have that to really kind of focus on and look for as you're meeting people. I mean, really, let's be honest. What do we look at? Is like, oh, he's cute. Oh, this chemistry. Well, sometimes when there's chemistry, that person is the wrong person. That was my first husband. I'm not saying you shouldn't be attracted and there shouldn't be chemistry, but there is different kinds of chemistry. And so that's not the only reason to pick a person. You want to pick a person that you feel comfortable with, who, has the qualities you're looking for and is going to treat you in the way that you want to be treated and give you the life you really envision for yourself. The other mistake people make is, of course, they let their gremlins get the best of them. And so they're feeding into their limiting beliefs. And I see that so many times. And then a lot of people kind of like pull themselves out of the game. Even they say, well, I have to do this before I do that. Before I can date, I have to lose 20 pounds. Before I can date, I have to clean my house. Well, it's really funny. Sometimes they meet people and they do it together. Or sometime, I remember one of my clients was back in the time when I actually went into their homes. And I said, you could really use someone to help you organize and clean up and stuff like that. Well, guess what? His wife did it or with him. So, we have to kind of watch what we're telling ourselves. And if you want a relationship, there's no reason why you can't have one.
Think people, would get into like dating apps and then you're not sure if you're getting the right person or not. So, like, where do we meet the right one?
Well, the top ways my clients meet is online dating. I would say 80% of my successfully coupled clients have met through online dating. And I've been doing this for 20 years and I keep track of everybody. So I actually became an online dating expert and I help them really focus on what they need to communicate in their profile to attract the right person. The next step is through introductions is the next way. So consider who you can ask and be specific about what you're asking. So we do this exercise like who are your connectors? So not everyone's appropriate to ask, and not everyone's going to share their network with you. So I have a brainstorming tool called, who are your connectors? And so you think about who do you know, and so help them think about people like, oh, I never considered asking so and so. And then you have to be specific because if you keep it general, most people are going to look like deer in the headlights and say, I can't think of anybody. However, if you give them the 5 to 7 things that you need to communicate, you're going to jog their memory. And if they don't know anyone right now, they may like come back to you and say, I do know somebody I'd like to introduce you to. So introductions are really a good way. And a lot of times, especially with older clients, their friends and their family have given up on them and they're leaving them alone. So they think, oh, well, they're not interested. And so you have to share that with someone that this is important to you and you want their help and support. And last, of course, where you go and where you hang out, and where you spend your time. However, you don't know that there are going to be singles there. You need to kind of make sure that where you are, you know that there are going to be other single people that you're going to connect with. And we do have another exercise we do about, based on your values, figuring out where you need to be to meet that right person. So I work on a strategic dating plan with every client, and it's based on their personality. And I'm not going to send my introverts, I'm not going to send to the same places I would send my extroverts. You really have to know yourself and know what your comfort zone is. And the other thing you have to know is you really have to understand that different people are searching for different reasons. And so you have to know the signs of a seriously searching person. And so I actually have 25 reasons why people date. And you can count on one hand, serious committed relationship, family, want to, be with, have somebody for the next stage of your life and a committed relationship. So there are enough of those people, but you have to know what to look for.
It really does seem that you need somebody to help navigate you through all of that. There's so many things to pay attention to. Well, on that note, we're going to pause here for a quick break. We've been speaking with Amy Schoen in regards to her book and work, Get It Right This Time: How to Find and Keep Your Ideal Romantic Relationship. You've been listening to Moments with Mary Ann. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Are you an author, speaker, or expert who is looking for more publicity? Visit radioguestlist.com and sign up for free interview requests from shows looking for guests. Radio Guest List is the #1 free booking resource for radio, podcasts, and TV talk shows who are looking for experts like you right now. Visit radioguestlist.com and sign up today to get the visibility you deserve.
There comes a moment when you realize you're somewhere special, When you discover that each beautiful creature that you see has been rescued from a life of absolute horror and brought to this incredibly free place, here's where their lives were forever changed and where yours will as well. Discover over 500 tigers, bears, and lions at the brand new visitor center at the Wild Animal Sanctuary just outside Denver. For more information, visit wildanimalsanctuary.org. Discover true freedom at the Wild Animal Sanctuary.
It's one thing to become attached to your perfect home, but what do you do when that home becomes attached to you? A family in dire need of a fresh start, a mysterious house tied to the past. Buried deep within the foundation of the old Far Hill Manor lies a centuries-old secret. Dark forces or something stronger just waiting to be discovered. Caretaker, a supernatural thriller by breakout authors R.J. Halpert.
Internationally recognized and award-winning author Judy Goodman works and teaches outside the box of limited thinking. Working with people from every walk of life, her goal is to empower you to be the best you can be, no matter what the challenge is. Born with the gift of seeing beyond our normal vision, she has an extraordinary gift of working with every challenge. Teaching beyond conventional wisdom, her work is described as life-changing. Visit judygoodman.com. That's judygoodman.com.
I'd like to thank Jason Eastwood at Guitarfulness for sharing his inspiring music and talent with us. His music is known worldwide for cultivating atmospheres of harmony, inner peace, and clarity. Visit Jason's website at guitarfulness.com. Join his newsletter, be part of his community, and download his music. Welcome back to Moments with Marianne. We're here today with special guest Amy Schoen in regards to her new book and work, Get It Right This Time: How to Find and Keep Your Ideal Romantic Relationship. I'd like to touch on something that you mentioned briefly, is the, creating like a dating plan. So what does that consist of?
Well, the dating plan is really a document that I pulled together all my knowledge and, help people to focus on the important things, because I don't want my clients like in 50 groups or 20 groups. We focus on the things that really are going to help them. And my clients are very busy people usually. They're usually working or very active retirees. And so we have your values, right? So again, we meet people based on shared values because we connect through values. And then you want to be in places where you share the same goals. So maybe going on, like I went on a singles weekend. We all were like looking, right? Now I didn't meet someone, but my best friend did on that weekend. And then your interests, of course. Like I had a client who joined a hiking group. She loved the outdoors, and that's where she met her boyfriend. And I met my husband in a group called Bike and Brunch. It was a social biking group we were all in our 30s to 50s. And then you want to think about your passions, if you have any passions. And I know I had a client who's very involved with animals, and she volunteered at an animal shelter. She did some work with fundraising for the Humane Society, and she met her boyfriend there. So you have to think about, again, it's being really strategic rather just hoping that things are just going to happen.
Do you have a success story you can share with us?
I got tons of them. So like Susie was divorced in her early 50s. Her kids were launched, and she wasn't really that confident. She was a beautiful woman, a little cherubic. And, she's like, I don't take photos well and everything. So she joined one of my groups and we worked together, and I helped her step by step, and she got some photos and I helped her with her profile. And right out of the gate, she meets her husband. And it was kind of funny because we still had some coaching on her package. And I kept saying, are you sure? Are you sure? Because it happened so suddenly and that kind of thing. And then I had worked with a young widower. And unfortunately, he lost his wife, and she was in her 40s. And he was picking the wrong women. He was like very motivated to recouple, and anyone who was really nice to him. And he was in this one relationship, and then we had to coach through that, and he saw because of the values that this woman wasn't right. And I was just praying he would like break up with her. So sometimes as a coach, it's really hard because you can't really tell people what to do, but you have to lead them to what you have to do. And so he did. He got on. We got him on one of the sites, and I helped him with his profile. And he attracted his wife, who's a wonderful woman. I love her, and they're great together. And they've been together for several years now. And so he was picking the wrong women. So, you have your shy people, you have people who've been busy. Katie was in her early 40s. Was very successful in her career. And she's actually part of the Army. And so she kind of, really went up the ranks. And she has like 2 more years left on her station. And so I got her online again. I helped her, and she met right out of the gate. She met her boyfriend Doug, and they've, I've even done couples coaching with them because they have to navigate through. They're not going to be living in the same city because she has one more station that's outside of where she was living, and so they're making it work. So these are some of the success stories, and my clients range from like 27 to 77, and both men and women, all ethnicities, all religions, and that's what makes it really fun and unique. Is I get to meet a real great variety of people. I'm even working with a farmer from Illinois right now. I never thought I would ever be. I mean, I meet the most interesting people.
Sounds like you've really, kind of cracked that dating code that so many people are trying to understand.
Yeah, I really feel like I have. And actually, I'm training other coaches to do the Motivated to Marry coaching now because I feel that this is 20 years of my work, and it's been really solidified. And what I do that I think other coaches don't do is once you meet someone, it's the then what. I actually help my clients. There is a whole document on shall I be exclusive and dating expectations. I want to see my clients in a successful, healthy relationship that's going to last. And so a lot of my clients actually coach with me after they meet someone because we want to make sure they're on the right path. And every once in a while, there's something I call the glitch. There's something that comes up. It could be something of the family of origin. It could be something about they live apart. It could be, it can be many different things is the thing that have to kind of get over that little hurdle before they're really ready to, I say, go off into the sunset together. Whether it's engagement or whether it's just being a happy couple, not everyone gets married. I have a lot of my clients are in successful relationships for many, many years.
I understand you have a free quiz on your website.
Yeah, so it is on my website, motivatedtomarry.com, and you can access it by going to mtmquiz.com. So that's the easy access to it, MTM quiz. And you can see whether you're really ready for a relationship. You get to see, what you do know in terms of relationships and what you need to know. And of course, my coaching program helps you fill in those gaps. But if you're curious about how you're doing and what you know and what you need to know, I think what most people don't realize what they do need to know. And so I want to prepare my clients to be ready to have successful relationships.
Be able to take that next step forward. Well, my goodness, Amy, can you share your website with us one more time?
Yes, it's motivatedtomarry.com. It's TO.
Well, Amy, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with us here today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Well, thank you, Amy. It's been such an honor to spend this time with you and to talk about your book, Get It Right This Time. Make sure to visit Amy's website for free resources, a quiz to see if you're ready for a relationship, and her free Be Ready for Love report at motivatedtomarry.com. That's motivatedtomarry.com. Amy's book, Get It Right This Time, How to Find and Keep Your Ideal Romantic Relationship, is available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all indie retailers. And remember, support our indie bookstores. Well, we're at the end of our time today. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. You've been listening to Moments with Mary Ann, where we make every moment count.
In a single moment, your life can change. Moments with Mary Ann is a transformative hour that covers an endless array of topics with the best of the best. Her guests are leaders in their fields, ranging from inspirational authors, top industry leaders, and business and spiritual entrepreneurs. Each guest is gifted and a true visionary, a recognized leader in her own work, and while teaching others to develop, refocus, and grow, Mary Ann will bring the best guest and sometimes a special surprise. Don't miss this. You never know just which moment will change your life forever. Make sure to tune in and visit momentswithmaryann.com for more information.